Ms. Pacheco, if I could just start with you. Your organization, the Dream.us, you provide support for undocumented young people for college and career success. Is that broadly right? Am I getting it right?
That's correct.
And among the things you do is you provide scholarships to these undocumented students. Have I got that correct?
That's right.
And so college scholarships, just to be clear.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. Can you tell me, maybe you know the answer to this, maybe you don't, any of the students, do you know if any of the students to whom your organization has provided a college scholarship are currently part of the encampments on any of these college campuses? Like the picture you see behind me, I'm sure we've all seen these videos.
No, Senator.
Nobody to whom you provide scholarships are part of the encampments?
I do not know.
Oh, you don't know.
Today, we're diving into an intense and controversial Senate exchange that's sparking debates all over the country. Senator Josh Hawley, known for his bold and direct style, just went off in a hearing about recent student protests that have escalated into shocking calls for violence and anti-Semitic actions on university campuses. He argues that undocumented students involved in these protests should face immediate deportation.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Hawley.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to all of the witnesses for being here. Ms. Pacheco, if I could just start with you. Your organization, the Dream.us, you provide support for undocumented young people for college and career success. Is that broadly right? Am I getting it right?
That's correct.
And among the things you do is you provide scholarships to these undocumented students. Have I got that correct?
That's right.
And so college scholarships, just to be clear.
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. Can you tell me, maybe you know the answer to this, maybe you don't, any of the students, do you know if any of the students to whom your organization has provided a college scholarship are currently part of the encampments on any of these college campuses? Like the picture you see behind me, I'm sure we've all seen these videos.
No, Senator.
Nobody to whom you provide scholarships are part of the encampments?
I do not know.
Oh, you don't know. What about, do you know if any of the students to whom you provided scholarships have physically threatened Jewish students on campus?
I do not know.
Here's why I'm asking. NBC News just reported, and I'm just going to quote now from the article, quote, this is Columbia University, a Columbia undergraduate who provided only her initials because she is an undocumented immigrant and fears deportation, said last week she spent hours a day in the encampment. This would be the illegal encampment that's in violation of the law as well as campus policy. Spent hours a day in the encampment, I'm quoting still now, before university officials threatened to suspend those students. The article goes on, she joined, this student, joined a supplies platoon that's a subgroup formed by pro-Palestinian campus organizers, end quote. Let me just review some of the things that these students, these in the encampments that is, are saying. And of course, we often don't know who these students are. They're concealing their identities. This is, I'm going to read to you now, and I just warn folks, this is not pleasant stuff, but these are the facts, and we have to tell the truth. This is just from last night at George Washington University. That's here in this town. They projected, the students in the encampment there projected onto various buildings images of the United States flag being burned with the graphics, "Gaza lights the spark that will set the empire ablaze." They projected the following: "Long live the student intifada. Down with the settler state." That would be the state of Israel, I suppose. "Glory to the martyrs of Palestine." It's a jihadist slogan. "Stained with the blood of 44,000 Palestinians." That's last night at GW. Also at GW, they're now calling for beheading, the student encampment, beheading of individuals who support the state of Israel, including holding a people's tribunal where they're putting on trial, quote unquote, various members of their own board of trustees and calling for a guillotine. Here's Columbia University students on April the 20th, 2024. This is all public record. I'm reading this now. This is on, I guess it's X.
This hearing was eye-opening, and we're breaking down all the explosive moments, what's at stake, and what it could mean for free speech and safety on campus. Senator Hawley is calling for action. Across the U.S., certain college campuses have recently seen intense demonstrations where students have reportedly projected images of burning U.S. flags, displayed anti-Semitic slogans, and even called for violence against Jewish students. This wave of protest activity, some say, has crossed the line from free speech into incitement and threats. Senator Hawley came prepared with some eye-opening details to question the witnesses, particularly targeting those supporting undocumented students on campus. His main concern? Whether students who are undocumented or on visas and participate in violent or threatening protests should remain in the country. Hawley quickly intensified his questioning, bringing up disturbing instances reported in the media, anti-Semitic chants, support for jihadist slogans, and calls for violent action against Jewish students. He then asked bluntly, shouldn't these students be deported if they are in the country unlawfully and threatening the safety of others? Pecco defended his organization's students, asserting they respect the country and contribute positively. But Hawley pushed back, insisting that respect means respecting the law too. In his closing remarks, Hawley highlighted the deeper issue, the need for America to take a moral stand against incitement and violent rhetoric. He emphasized that freedom of speech is a fundamental value, but that it has limits when it comes to inciting harm or making direct threats. His final message was clear: if you're here illegally or on a visa and you're part of violent or hateful actions on campuses, there should be consequences. This was one of the most heated exchanges in recent hearings, and it's sparking some big debates around immigration, student visas, and the limits of free speech. Whether you agree with Senator Hawley's call to deport these students or not, one thing is certain: this conversation is only beginning. Thank you so much for watching. These are complex and sensitive issues, and it's critical to keep discussions open and respectful. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you found this breakdown insightful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to stay updated and don't miss our future deep dives into major political debates. Until next time, take care, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.